Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I have a raid in the rack video for you, and today I have come home with two beautiful Hoya plants to show you, and well, the sizes are wonderful too. So let's get straight to this. So the first beautiful Hoya I have to show you today is this Hoya australis Lisa. And look at these beautiful variegated leaves on this plant. Now these leaves are a little bit wider than what you would think of if you're looking at the Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen or the Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess. No, this isn't one of those. This is Hoya australis Lisa, and it also has beautiful variegations of lights and dark greens, and when the new leaves come out, it gets pink leaves, pink centering as they flush out, and that's why this plant can easily be misidentified as Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess or Crimson Queen, because it has the same kind of patternings on it. It gets the variegation in the middle and the green colouring on the outside, the same as Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess, or Hoya carnosa rubra as it's also known. But this beautiful plant I found today, it's got this lovely big thick piece at the front here growing out. It's lovely and thick in the middle, and it's growing lovely all the way around this arch here. So again, it's another one of those Hoyas that I can put my face in the middle of and enjoy this whole ring of beautiful ring work. Absolutely gorgeous plant, lovely way to display it. And if it gets too much, you can go in and propagate and make new plants. So that's no problem at all. This plant is gorgeous, and well, the variegation is really nice with this lime in the middle, I think, and the dark green around the edge, and then the pink kind of stems. And I'm seeing here, up here, that the stem actually, the end piece of this stem here, I don't know how far it goes, I'm going to have to check that, is actually snapped, which means I'm just going to have to go in and propagate this plant. And why not? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got more coming out here and all over the place. I noticed that this plant had a little spot here on it and a little spot on this leaf, but you know, that's mechanical damage. It was in amongst other plants, the same kind of plants. They were bunched together. People have been picking them up and looking at them and putting them down and moving them around, and then they get damaged. So this is just a little bit of mechanical damage that can happen. I can just either prune off that leaf or just enjoy it as it is, which I probably will just do, enjoy it. If it's nothing that spreads, then it's nothing you need to really remove. Remember, these are living plants and they can't always be absolutely 100% perfect. Enjoy the impurities at the same time. So this plant, I thought was an absolutely beautiful plant. I paid 165 Swedish krona for it. So I think that was an absolutely fine price for this plant. Let's get on and look at the second Hoya. So look at this bundle of joy. This plant was so gorgeous, I couldn't pass it up when I was out there raiding the rack. This is a beautiful Hoya Pubicalyx splash. And you can see this plant has an awful lot of beautiful splashing variegation going on in these big, huge leaves. And I mean, when I say huge, these leaves are really big. Look at this compared to my hand. Look at this leaf. Can you see that? It's really, really big. And the variegation, the splotching, the splashing is just amazing. A lot of lime green, silvery color going on in this. This plant has so many vines going on, so many areas of thick beauty, and look at all these tendrils coming out. They're so long, and look above me, it's just grabbing onto my head and my hair. There's a tendril going on all the way around me. So this plant is, oh my, well over a metre tall. Well over a metre tall. And this one here that's been hanging down is already starting to produce roots because it's been laying down on the surface. So it decided to start growing roots and would become a new plant if it just stayed there like that. So that also shows you how easy it is to propagate this plant. You just go in and take stem cuttings just above a pair of leaves with a long piece of the stem down to the next set of leaves, and that is where all the roots will grow out. And all of this is viable to become a new plant if you should want to propagate it. These leaves are just gorgeous. I am going to be repotting this plant into a terracotta pot, and I am going to be training it up a beautiful metal frame I have because, well, this plant is just taking off and doing so well. I just want to extend that height all the way up this beautiful frame I have. And it is just gorgeous because it's not just plain green, it's got this lovely splashing color going on. So there's an awful lot to look at, and the leaves are really big. This is a very big, healthy plant. And when I saw it, no, I was like, that is mine. I'm taking it home. For this plant, I paid 336 Swedish krona. So for all of this, I still think that was a pretty good price because there's a lot of plant going on in this beautiful pot. And this Hoya Pubicalyx is one of those Hoyas that grows very fast. So you don't need to worry about that. If you go out and find one that's smaller than this, it will grow in no time. I was just very surprised when I saw the size of the leaves on this plant because usually they're not as big and long and oval and lush and thick, beautiful splashing marks all over like this one has. Look at it even closer. Isn't that just gorgeous? Really gorgeous. So you can understand why I went out and got me this plant. I'm really getting into these Hoyas now, and I can't even remember how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have at least 6 different types now, so that's really not many when there are over 200 different cultivars of this plant and varieties and species and whatever else. But the plants I have, they're all pretty big specimens, and that is what I want to get when I buy these plants. I want them to be a lovely, big enough specimen so that I can really enjoy it or train it up a trellis or something like that and get the full effect of this plant. Remember, this is a plant that loves to dry out in between waterings to keep it happy. It doesn't like to be sitting in water too long. Moist soil or dry in between will keep this plant happy. So I'm going to be putting this plant into a terracotta pot so that I know that it will do well. I can go in and spray it over, and I can water it without worrying that it will get overwatered too much. So that's all I wanted to show you in this Raid in the Rack video today with my beautiful Hoya plants. 2 beautiful additions to my collection. And I'm really interested in this beautiful Hoya Pubicalyx splash because I do have the Hoya Pubicalyx Royal Hawaiian Purple, and that one really does have much more darker burgundy stems and gets these burgundy new leaves that come out. And this one has green stems all the way through and much brighter greener leaves and much more splashing going on. So they really are 2 different varieties of Pubicalyx. So that's absolutely beautiful. So remember to look out because I will be making a video where I repot my beautiful Hoya Pubicalyx splash now onto its lovely metal trellis. And this plant here, I am going to be leaving as it is for now. And then with time, I'll see what I want to do. So all I have to say now is thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be coming up. And I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.